Hi, boys and girls, guys and gals, whatever you decide to put in your link on your Twitter profile. I don't want to go through all the pronouns, I don't care, and we're moving on. Some rules we're going to set here with this little review I'm doing. I will not ever, in my entire life, when I do a video like this, do any showing of any footage on an anime. I don't mess with Toei animations. I've seen enough people lose their entire channels over talking about stuff like this. So you're just going to have to deal with my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful face while I kind of run down what I think about Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter. Now, I know that you just got a little bit of internal cringe listening to me say Hunter x Hunter, but for those normies who don't want to watch this or haven't watched this or have a life, it looks like it's called the Hunter x Hunter. So for the rest of the video, just know I'm going to be calling it Hunter x Hunter. But my problem with this show kind of reared its ugly head season 2. Now, the whole point of this show is the main character. I can't remember his name, so I don't care. But the main character, he goes through this. He's trying to become a hunter like his father. So the first season is going through this training arc, trying to competition. It kind of gives off Yo-Yo Hakusho vibes, where you're like, oh, it's going to be, like, you're going through this whole competition, trying to become a hunter. It's really intriguing. The first season really, really pulled me in. Second season, or second arc, where they're doing, like, the video game stuff. Or no, it wasn't the video game stuff. It was, See, I watched this show super recently, and I'm already having trouble piecing together what I missed and what happened. I know that there was a thing in between where they were doing some other stuff. Anyways, that's my problem. Here's where the real problem starts to rear. Is after the first beginning season, or arc, you have this love for the show. And then it just goes over here, it goes over here, it goes up here, it goes everywhere. And you're trying to stay focused, you're trying to enjoy the content being provided to you, but at the same time, you feel like you don't have a cohesive enough story to really grab on and move on. Now, when I was told to watch this, everybody was like, oh, it's so good, the Chimera Ant arc. And when you get to the Chimera Ant arc, I'm going to warn you right now, every other arc is manageably small. You know, like, yeah, 15 episodes, 20 episodes, you get through it, you're like, oh, that was really good. The Chimera Ant arc's like 40 to 50 episodes. I'm not sure exactly how much it was. I think it was in the 40 range more than the 50. But God, is it long. And that's not always a bad thing. That's not like cohesive of it, or cohesive isn't the right word, but it's not always an indicator of it being bad. Hell, I watched One Piece, and One Piece, every arc's like 8.5 million episodes, but the Chimera Ant arc, even if you remove some of its shock factor with its gore, it has moments of greatness, and then there's moments where you're like, get to the fucking point, you goddamn weeb bullshit. And it really baffled me because of how many people have undying love for Hunter x Hunter. And don't get me wrong, there are parts of this show that slap its meat on the table and say, I'm here to be respected. And I'm like, vibes, I got you. I'm here, Haas. And then there's other parts of the show that get you where you just kind of sit there and you're like, why am I still watching this? And the fact that it's never going to get ended, I don't know exactly what's going on with the writer, but he's like sick or something and he's never going to finish it, and probably going to die before it's done. So it just kind of, to me, feels unfinished. It feels kind of like a mishmash of ideas. They're all good on their own merit, but shouldn't be in the same show. Part of it feels like Yu-Gi-Oh! Part of it feels like this. Part of it feels like that. And I understand that he did this before a lot of these other things kind of hit the scene. But at the same time, I can look at his other show, Yo-Yo Hakusho, which was innovative for its time, really pushing the bounds of storytelling and how you can weave a story together and create a grand story out of something. I see that, and then I see Hunter x Hunter, where it's like every arc almost feels like it's its own thing without being its own thing, because you kind of have to know what happened in the previous arcs, but you kind of don't have to know what happened in the previous arcs. And then later they're like, remember this character? Ah, well, he doesn't matter, but we brought him back because foreshadowing, I guess, and it's not really foreshadowing. So, I think maybe it's because I watched One Piece and I watched a lot of these other shows that do foreshadowing incredibly well. So when I got into Hunter x Hunter, it's good but mid. It's incredibly mid. I felt like it was the first time I jumped into a show that everybody had hyped up to me and told me it was absolutely the greatest top tier thing, and I don't feel like it's that good. Is it worth watching? Probably. I mean, there's parts of it that make it definitely worth watching. I'm not going to say it's completely unwatchable, because it's not. I still think it's better than Naruto. That shit can pound sand up a dead raccoon's ass. I really don't like Naruto. It's fine. But we're not here to talk about Naruto. We're here to talk about, like, Hunter x Hunter. And the things that Hunter x Hunter does comparatively better than, like, a lot of the other shows is the main character is incredibly lovable. His friendship with, I think I can remember, the friend's name was, like, Killua or something. Great friendship, great character building it within those two. But I felt like a lot of the other characters get pushed to the back, and it loses focus of the character building that a lot of other shows would focus on. And for me to have them shoehorned back in here and shoehorned back in there, and nothing really changes with them, nothing really evolves other than the main two characters. But do the main two characters evolve that much? Only Killua. The other kid is just focusing on getting to his dad, and at a certain point you kind of feel like it's running it's outstaying its welcome. And where it could have changed that direction is where they shoehorned the last season in, where the writer really hadn't made anything new, so they were like, let's just give the fans something. And that's my problem with it. It seems like he's taken so long to write it, and it kind of got ahead of itself to the point that it's not good. If it's unfinished, and it will always be unfinished. And because of that, I can't say that it's bad, but I can't ever say that it's great, because I don't know how it's truly going to end. I don't know what the development is going to be. I don't know what a hunter actually is. The only season where you actually get to see a hunter be a hunter is the Chimera Ant arc, and you feel underwhelmed with the fact that that's the only arc where you actually get to see what a hunter does. And for me, that's incredibly middling of an experience and really upset me. I really wanted to love this show, and then the Chimera Ant arc showed me the potential that it could have, and the fact that it doesn't ever do anything more than that. And then you sit and deal with political bullshit right after the Chimera Ant arc, and you don't ever really get almost what the show feels like it's promising in the first arc. It feels like you're let down. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be in my comments really mad saying, oh, it's a horrible take. But don't get me wrong. The characters were well written. Even with some of their lack of development, I still think they were well written. I think the arcs in themselves are well written arcs. All of them together don't feel conducive or cohesive. I see cohesive is right here. Conducive was right for the other one. See, I'm really tired. I've been in Kuwait here for a little while, and my sleep schedule's been a little off. My jet lag's been killing me. I got like 5 hours of sleep, but I went to bed at like 4:30 in the morning. But that's my problem with this show, is it just never melds the way that I wanted it to meld, and it has the potential so much to be better than any other show I've ever seen, but it doesn't land on that potential for me anyways. But thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, you goddamn idiots. Like, dislike, I don't care. I love you all. Keep watching, baby.